I forgot to film the rather inventive, if I say so myself, Heath Robinson way we moored last night. Just basically putting a pin through that hole and then tying onto the loop in such a way that nobody could pull the pin out, and then just pushed another one in down the side of these piling here. It's a bugger to get out this morning. Anyway, so this is the junction, Waters meeting, where we have to decide, and we did decide, sorry, to go up to Castlefields in Manchester and then go over and do either the Rochdale or the Huddersfield Narrow, or come this way and do the Leeds Liverpool. It looks like we've come around just in time. Perfect timing. So there we go, we're only going to Leigh. It's not a massive day today. It's Bank Holiday Monday, so obviously with no sunshine today. Well, this, believe it or not, is Kellogg's. That's where all your cornflakes come from. Maybe not cornflakes, but something that Kellogg's makes comes from this place. What a shame YouTube doesn't do smell-o-vision, because somewhere along there is a sweet shop or a sweet factory, or something making sweets, and there's a not unpleasant scent wafting along the canal. It's coming from down there. The wind's just changed direction a little bit and stopped that lovely aroma from reaching Bowat. It's definitely a sweet factory. Wouldn't think it's Kellogg's. We're a bit past Kellogg's. We're just past the Trafford Centre. I looked over, I saw those great big green domes. I thought, oh, that's an impressive mosque. it was the Trafford Centre. And just over there is Costco. And then just over there is B&Q. You'd never realise it, really, sort of like bobbing along here without looking on the map. Yes, I know, I looked on the map. Can't find a sweet shop though, sweet factory. We have something impressive coming up, boys and girls. That's not exactly the treat I was talking about. Impressive how they've got in there to do that graph though, isn't it? Now, as some of you will know, the Bridgewater Canal is owned by the Manchester Ship Canal, and the Bridgewater Canal goes over the Manchester Ship Canal. Here is where it goes over. The Manchester Ship Canal is designed to take some rather large and fairly impressive vessels, and there are times when the Bridgewater Canal gets in the way. So what do you do if you've got a canal over a canal? Stopping traffic on the big canal is you have to build a bridge, a swing bridge, to swing it out of the way. But it's not a normal swing bridge, it's got a canal on it. So this is a swing bridge aqueduct. And what happens, should anything need to come down the Bridgewater Canal, or I suppose, yeah, it's up, isn't it? That's the Bridgewater Canal down there. Sorry, no, we're on the Bridgewater. That's the Manchester Ship Canal. And just to give you an idea That's a big boat. Now, this entire structure that I'm on gets sealed off there and at the other end, and the whole thing pivots just about where we are here. What a truly impressive structure. So there we go. Down there is kind of like Liverpool, and up there is Manchester. What a structure. So this is where it pivots here. How good is that? So this is another one of those, bloody windy up here, another one of those impressive structures on the waterways network, what we're witnessing on this here trip. So we've done Ponkersolthy, we've done Chirk, we've been past the Anderson boat lift, and now look at that. And this is where it seals off at this end. What absolutely amazing. It's just brilliant. How did I get all that sealed? Totally stunning, so it is. I know, I get excited about things like that. I get easily excited. But what a wonderful thing, eh? I often bang on about the eccentricity of the canal network, and indeed I think you would be hard pressed to find many other lighthouses on the canal network. But why not, I hear you ask? And it is kind of like a proper lighthouse. Anyone suggest building something like that on the side of the boathouse, expect a rather curt response. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's completely impractical, isn't it? Unless we let it out as an Airbnb. Oh, now then. That idea has potential, doesn't it? It's quite famous, this. So I suppose people who are into waterways would have seen this before, but what a lovely eccentric thing to have next to a pub. Now that is one of the old Leeds Liverpool, I think they were called short boats or something like that. We're going to pull over and have some lunch in a little while, if we can find somewhere to safely moor, and then we're going to go and have a look at something called the Worsley Delph. Well, hopefully that might not happen. Starting to get into congested area again. Very, very popular touristy spot, I expect. And as if by magic, there's another one. There's a lot of historic boats here. I don't know if there's a festival coming or a flyboat. That's the term I was after. Leeds Liverpool flyboat. SR2 Lister. Look at me, almost sounding like I know what I'm talking about. Underneath here now is really nice. Oh, come on, zoom out, you bastard. Thank you. It's really nice, kind of like living accommodation there in these. When we passed one, actually it was probably about 11 years ago, it had the side all open, and oh look, it's actually a cafe. That'd do me. So we're back into sort of like a touristy part of the area now, with the trip boats, etc. This is the second trip boat I've passed now. We're going exploring. That is the packet house, and behind it is Worsley Delph. Ooh. Which Mr. Google says we get to this way, and they're not open. I did go in search of bacon sandwich, but none was to be found. Wow. So I saw this on Google Earth and couldn't quite work out, looking down, what the boats were. It looked like they were kind of sunken boats. But it's actually this little heritage centre. That's something you could easily pick up and walk away with. Oh, what a lovely little thing. Oh. Not exactly accessible for people with disabilities, but I suppose quite a few things aren't really. That's nice, look at that little miner's lamp. Oh. I'm guessing that these are the size of the boats that would have gone in the underground canals. Yes, there were underground canals. A lovely job they've made of this. These are beautifully made. I don't think that's going to work, is it? A lovely thing. No, don't worry, he's not going to do it.
We had a biscuit here.
Sit. Good boy. We'll Photoshop it. Shall we? No, you're rubbish. Shall we see if we can get around there? Rather disappointingly, there is a little path that goes down there. Which is blocked off by these gates. So that is about as close as we're likely to be getting, which is a great shame. Alright, so there's a tunnel that went in there, then there's another one that goes in there. One of them goes to under the steam mill. Right, and there's a wharf that they discovered when they was digging it all up in 2018. Right, I'm not sure. So there's, right, and then they discovered a couple of other blocked off tunnels as well. Right, jolly good. The world's first man-made canal. Wow. So you can pause that, boys and girls, if you want to read all the wonderful facts surrounding Worsley Delph. I don't know what the sort of significance of that funny shaped thing is. I'm sure someone will know. It'll be on one of these board of words somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. But yeah, what a lovely little thing to find. Beautiful. That's Worsley Delph. Very touristy. The telephone box. Right, we're going exploring again. Now we've done the Delph. That's what goes under the... So there's... Ah, that's interesting. Now that's not the 3 metre by 2.5 metre one they was talking about. It's far too big for that. But another one of those boaty shaped things. And here, the mystery deepens. Aha! Now this gives us a little bit more information. What do you want? Information. You won't get it. They made a lovely job of this though. So if you look at that, it seems to suggest that they were kind of like the size of boats. Wow. Kind of possibly this size. 1, 2. Yeah. Wow. Interesting boat. Right, good. So there's more. So there's those tunnels there that go underneath the crap pub. That's what goes into the Delft. And this is the packet house. Ah, with alphabet on bridge. For some reason. Oh wow. Oh, this is rather jolly, isn't it? Strange, that looks so much bigger from over there. Reading out, these are steep. Crikey. Do not attempt this after a few bottles of falling down water. Here we are, back at the canal, look. That's interesting.
Unless he knows at that house where it says this boat is out.
Could be. Ah, well, that was a nice little lunch excursion, wasn't it, boys and girls? As far as heritage sites go, hey, that's quite nice. Shame those gates were locked. Okay. I think that's about as interesting as it's going to get for today, boys and girls. There he is. Right, we're now going to plod on to somewhere we've been before. Well, obviously by boat, but we're plodding on to somewhere we've been before in the van, because, and I don't know how many years ago it was, actually, do you know, I think it might have been Jeff and Sandra had a problem with the fridge, so I took a new fridge out, and it turned out the problem wasn't actually with the fridge. The problem was, I don't know, it's a fuse that was not seated properly or something. Of course, we only worked that out after putting the new fridge in, so I left the new fridge on, and that's the fridge that's on here now, still on there. So that was good. We're returning, and we're going to leave little old Mustn't Grumble there opposite the marina while we return back to Sheffield. Now this is Bridgewater Marina. When we came through here 11 years ago, I'm fairly sure that was derelict, and all that was all a little bit scummy, and I'd need to go and look for my photos, but it's certainly not derelict now, and it is very, very well populated with boats in that there marina. I might be wrong, but I get the feeling that was the one that was derelict. Sadly, the Bridgewater Canal also gets bags of shit thrown in it. Now this is interesting because the Bridgewater Canal seems to end here. I didn't think it finished until just before Wigan. So we're now apparently off the Bridgewater. But then I didn't realise it started at the end of Preston Brook Tunnel. I thought it started somewhere nearer to the Anderton boat lift. But as you all know, boys and girls, I know fuck all about the waterways really. It never stuns me how little I actually do know. God. So anyway, we're now off the Bridgewater and we're on the Leigh arm of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. So welcome, boys and girls, to the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. Now that, I think, is something like the Penkridge Bench or something or other, whatever this area is called. It's the bench over the Watters down there. I don't know whether that's a dam or a reservoir or a... no, not sure. But that's a bench that you can sit on to look at it, innit? I don't know. Oh, hang on, because I'm trying to steer at the same time. Best not try to film while passing other boats, because you know what that leads to, don't you? That one there, we've been leapfrogging this one, by the way, since where? Somewhere near Preston Brook, I think. And this is where we're going to come up to more at some point in the next few minutes, and this one as well. Where did we pass that? Oh, I think they might have passed us in... no, I don't know. They passed us somewhere. That's what it's like on the waterways. Right, anyway, Charlotte reckons... so I'm not going to argue. Seriously, I'm not. This was where Jeff and Sandra... we came out to replace the fridge. So I wasn't sure if it's Jeff and Sandra. Charlotte said, yes, of course it was Jeff and Sandra. And also, we think it was on one of their fated year trips, which nice, which entailed getting stuck and stranded at Marple, I think Marple Locks, when I think one of the lock walls collapsed, and then they had... oh, they couldn't go through the Rochdale 9 in Manchester because I think a body was pulled out of it. So it's a bit of an eventful year. I should imagine a broken fridge, which wasn't actually broken, was the least of their concerns. But as I said, we bought a new one out, ordered a new one, got a new one on overnight, then drove it out, put it in, still didn't work. Went back to check the fuses again, and I think I'm fairly sure it was a loose fuse connection. There's something like that it is. But as we put the new fridge in, we thought it'd be nice for them to have a new fridge. So we left the new fridge in, and everyone said, "Are you insane? You should have taken it out, put the perfectly serviceable old one back in, and sent the new one back for a refund." But, you know, still a good fridge, still in there now. So yeah, a little bit of history for you there. Fairly sure that's not just artwork. It'll have unlock. It's artwork, isn't it? It's bloody artwork, that is. nice enough with its own little chair. Let's see if we can get through this without bashing into the side. Yeah, that's artwork. I don't know, quite like little eccentric bits of artwork on the side of the canal. Did I say Penkridge? Pennington, that is. Pennington Flash. And that thing was Pennington Flash Bench. Google it, boys and girls. Pennington Flash Bench. And we're coming up to, there's a little Pennington Marina up here by Pennington Bridge. Better be Pennington. I'm sure it's Pennington, almost. And likely we won't pop into the marina. It's likely we're just more on towpath side, opposite marina. There's usually other boats there, so it's likely to be pretty safe.